YouTube. Once again, guys, thank you for support. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for commenting on my videos. I really appreciate you guys watching my channel, subscribing, and following all my content as I go along. So guys, you know I am the YouTuber that shows you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I show you full gameplay. And over the years, and recently, I've had a lot of subscribers that have reached out to me and essentially has asked me to play them. Now, I know that I will get a lot of hits with videos if I play subscribers. That's one of the things I do. But I wanted to try to encourage something I'm seeing with some other YouTubers is doing a tournament. And I want to do something a little bit different from what they've done. I've seen a lot of creative ideas with the tournament format, and I've got myself a suggestion that maybe might be a little bit too convoluted, might be some rules that might be a little bit too strict that you might not like, but it is something that I think is going to be unique as far as a tournament format, and it's going to make the playing field equal for pretty much every player out there for the most part. So what I'm thinking about doing is a tournament. It is currently right now going to be PS4, but if this does become popular, I'll do a Xbox version of this. I will participate in the tournament, and likely because a lot of my subscribers are students of the game, they're very good Madden players, and I've lost to a lot of my subscribers. There's a probably good chance I'll get bounced in the first round, if not the second round, very quick. Because you guys are very good players, and you wouldn't be on my channel if you weren't looking to expand your knowledge with the game. So I want to talk about this particular tournament format. It's going to be a little bit unique. It's going to be somewhat convoluted at first, but I'm going to try to explain it to you, and I'm going to try to make this as equal for everybody as much as possible. And there's going to be incentive for people to take teams that are not the most popular teams getting used online. They're going to pick those teams for their brackets. So the idea that I have is the Schemes Over Teams Survivor Tournament. Now, if you guys have ever participated in a survivor pool or suicide pool in the NFL, basically what that means is that you're selecting a team 1 week and then to win their game, and the next week you have to select a completely different team. You've used that particular team, you can never use it again. Well, because this is a tournament format, I want to try to avoid a lot of the same teams getting used over and over again. And what I want to do is I want to try to have everybody kind of try to go ahead and disperse the teams. Now, Regs has a lot of good teams. They got a lot of hidden gems that have low rankings. So for the players that play regulation, they have a very good scheme. They're going to be able to be successful at it. But the guys that depend on these teams like the Chiefs or the 49ers to bail them out of their games and get them the CPU turnovers or crazy pass plays where people catch balls over the defensive backs, those type of teams are not going to be accessible to you on every single bracket. So you're going to have to really have your scheme down to be successful with this. So I'm going to go into a little bit more detail on how this works so you can understand it, but let me just go over preliminary things. First, it's going to be Regs teams, the ranked play teams we're going to use. Second, no custom playbooks. I know some of you guys run with a lot of custom playbooks. Matter of fact, I've got a lot of subscribers that like my channel because of their custom playbooks. But you cannot use custom playbooks. You have to use a particular set playbook. Now, you can use alternative playbooks if you want to, but it has to be one of the playbooks. And when you're selecting your playbooks, your opponent has to see that you're using a standard playbook, so no custom whatsoever. The format is going to be survivor pool format. I'll go into detail with that. So once you select a team can never be used again by another player or by yourself in the next rounds. The matchups are going to be based on Regs ranking. So you know, some of the teams have a Regs ranking. I'm going to match those matchups based on that. And now here's the other caveat: the lowest ranked winners will get the first pick in the next round. So if you have the teams with the lowest rankings and you go ahead and win your game and go into the next round, you get to select your team in the next round. So strategically, there's advantage to that, and I'm going to you can take a look at this one. I kind of explain how this works. So you can see we've got 32 teams here. The way I'm going to rank a team is going to be based on EA's overall ranking. If we have two teams match up with each other with the same ranking overall, then the next ranking tiebreaker is going to be their offense, and then the second next tiebreaker is going to be their defense. So basically, it's going to be overall, offense, and then defense. Now, to make things interesting for this particular bracket, I'm going to take out the two most popular teams. 49ers and Chiefs are gone, because we only need 30 teams to be available for a 16-player bracket. So Chiefs and 49ers are gone. For you guys that really love those teams and feel that you need that to win in a tournament, I'm sorry, maybe this bracket this is not for you, but I want to kind of make things interesting. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to go ahead and match up the teams based on their overalls, and any kind of a tiebreaker is going to be their offense and then their defense. But you can see these teams actually get matched up like this. So you're going to have basically the Green Bay Packers playing against the New Orleans Saints. You're going to have the Texans playing the Seahawks, and as you see right here, say your opponent decides to go ahead and take the teams such as the Jaguars and the Panthers. They're going to play each other. Conversely, what happens, the teams that are the lowest ranked will get the first round draft in the second round. So they're going to get the first pick overall in the second round when they're selecting their team for the second round. So the Jaguars, Panthers players are going to be able to go and select teams such as the Colts, the Chargers. They're going to play they're going to pick the Browns. They're going to be able to go and select first, and then as the better teams get to select, they get to select a little bit later in this round. So I'll try to make this as clear as possible for you when you're doing it. I'm going to go ahead and give the rankings of the orders of the winners, but there's an incentive for playing with bad teams. So after those teams have been selected in the second round, basically we're going to do the matchups. So the Colts against the Bills based on rankings, the Lions against the Redskins, Chargers against the Steelers, the Cardinals against the Bengals. This is going to be how the rankings go. And as I stated before, the teams with the lowest rankings will be the first picks, second picks, third picks, fourth picks in the next round. So the winners of those two teams are essentially going to be able to go ahead and pick the next remaining teams, such as the Browns, the Broncos, the Giants, the Jets would be the teams that will be left over. So they get to go and select those teams first based on the lower ranking team. So you're going to have the Broncos and the Browns be the higher ranking teams, and then you're going to have the Jets and the Giants. And the winner of the Jets and Giants are going to be able to go ahead and pick the championship team based on the rankings, because they have lower ranking teams. Meaning, from a strategy standpoint, if you pick a lower ranking team and you win, you're more likely to get a better team in the championship opposed to the other way around. So why I like this format is, first and foremost, it's going to force players out of their comfort zone. A lot of Regs players use a lot of the same teams. They don't switch things up. Secondly, it's going to give you an inherent advantage if you are a very good player to use lower ranked teams in the brackets, because obviously you don't want to get stuck with the worst team in a championship game. You want to have that first pick overall. So for you players that use lower ranked teams and are dominant with lower ranked teams, this is going to give you an inherent advantage. This is probably not a good fit for anybody that really depends on particular teams to be successful in a tournament. So I apologize if this is what you were looking to basically use your Chiefs and go roughshod through a tournament bracket. I really don't. I want to make sure things are as equal as possible, and I like strategy over basically just raw skill and just having a better team. So guys, if you are interested in it, and if this is too convoluted, let me know. I'll try to go over this a little bit more details with you. But if you're interested in this in PS4, please go ahead and ping me down in the notes below. I have some of you guys have already provided me PSN information, but if you're interested in getting involved in this particular tournament, let me know. I want to go ahead and get something set up within the next week or so and get things rolling. So once again, if subscribers, thank you for your support, guys. Let me know if you're interested in the Schemes Over Team tournament, and until next time.